Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This is your Monday Night Raw results and superstar spoilers for this week of February 22nd. No birthdays I've seen for Monday or through the weekend. But as I last reported last month, there was talk of soon after AJ Styles and Kevin Owens had their brief in-ring showdown during Styles' debut in the Royal Rumble match, that was WWE likely going to be matching the two up against each other at WrestleMania 32 this year. Following the WWE Fastlane pay-per-view on Sunday evening, the talk has resurfaced, this time from one of the competitors. Kevin Owens took to social media after the show to warn the phenomenal AJ Styles about what will happen if he tries coming after his WWE Intercontinental Championship. Owens posted the following on his official Twitter page, where he also reminded Styles how his night ended at the aforementioned Royal Rumble pay-per-view last month. Hey, dweebs, if AJ Styles ever comes anywhere near my hashtag IC title, I'll take him out in less than the time that it took me to toss him out of the Rumble. Well, again, he also tweeted another thing. Why he wasn't on Raw? Well, he said on Twitter, after not appearing on the post, Fastlane edition of Raw from Monday night, at Fight Owens Fight, no worries, people. Hashtag KO Mania is still upon us. Well, other news, following his infamous penis shot video from a match he had in December, Joey Ryan is back in the news for a more traditional style viral video that has been making the round since the past weekend. Ryan surprised his girlfriend, Laura James, by proposing to her in the middle of the ring during their intergender tag team match at the Finest City Wrestling independent show in San Diego, California. Check out the video at this link here. Former memorable Attitude Era character, the Godfather, will be among the inductees for the 2016 Classic WWE Hall of Fame. As I predicted in one of the last couple of weeks, that they will start doing it again, announcing them. The story was first reported by BleacherReport.com writer Jonathan Snowden, who spoke with the man behind the popular character, Charles Wright. Wright, who was also known for his Papa Shango and Kama characters in WWE, spoke to Snowden about receiving the honor during WrestleMania 32 weekend in April. Quote, I can't wait to see the fans and tell them how much I appreciate them. They don't forget. I really appreciate everything WWE has done for me, and I really appreciate all the fans. It's such a big honor. I never expected to be in the Hall of Fame. Brother, that's for eternity, man. And Bleacher Report journalist also spoke with the WWE Hall of Famer Ron Simmons and the former APA tag team partner, JBL, as they also announced on Raw that they will be the inducting him into the Hall of Fame, as the two will be officially inducting him later this year at WrestleMania. And you can go to this video for the link for that. As JBL offered the following comments regarding Wright's legitimate toughness as best personified in his Kama Mustafa character, the first MMA-based character established in WWE. Advertising, as JBL said, Godfather is legitimately one of the toughest guys who ever have been in the business, but more importantly, one of the most talented. He took several different characters and got them all over, which is an amazing feature. He is an incredible individual, and I couldn't be happier for my dear friend. The days of us riding in a car with Ron Simmons all over the world are the stories that should be told at his induction. Simmons worked with Wright during his own run as Farouk, while the two were in the Nation of Domination faction together. Spoke about the perfect timing of the edgy and touchy pimp-based character. It's an edgy and touchy character with so much sexual innuendo, but it was done at the right time and in the right manner. He had to do it in a way that was entertaining and a must-see character without getting underneath people's skins. And it took a lot of hard work to do that. You must have the charisma, vocal skills, physical skills. You couldn't give that character to just anyone. Unquote. The wrestling world is still reeling from Shane McMahon's surprise appearance on Raw TV from Monday night. After being away for so many years, Dave Meltzer discussed the situation today, being Tuesday morning on Wrestling Observer Radio, and noted that the deal was struck between Vince and Shane just a few weeks ago. Regarding Shane's position with the company behind the scenes, Shane does not have a management position and is simply an on-air talent at this time. Shane remains heavily involved with the You On Demand Chinese media company, but he lives in the New York area and will be able to appear on WWE TV in the weeks and months ahead. And thanks to Ken Kotarzuski, who sent in the spoilers for Superstars. Dark match, it wasn't one. Superstars, Summer Rae defeated Alicia Fox. Stardust defeated Zack Ryder. During the Fastlane recap, the entire crowd booed Roman's win. And Raw kicked off with the that aired on the USA Network from the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Raw was live. We open up with a recap with Fastlane and Brock Lesnar's attack on Dean Ambrose earlier in the evening, as it was posted on several dirt sheets along with on WWE.com. And I think I have the video link somewhere, and I'll try and post it for you. Raw was live. We opened up with, I already said that. Vincent K. McMahon was out to present the Legacy of Excellence Award, named after his very own father, Vincent J. McMahon, as I was predicting last week. Probably a family member. Vince gets in the ring and announces that Stephanie McMahon will be receiving the award. Stephanie starts giving her acceptance speech. Then Shane O'Mac's music plays. Money, money, money. Yeah, his music comes back, and he does a little Shane O dance. He gets a welcome back from the fans for several minutes. Shane says Stephanie isn't worthy of the award. Shane says Steph and Triple H are running WWE into the ground and reveals that legally he is above Stephanie on the corporate ladder due to a side deal with Vince. It sounds like he's going to take Stephanie's control in the company. Again, Vince sends Stephanie to the back as she's arguing, while him and Shane negotiate inside the ring. Shane says he doesn't want any money. He just wants control of Monday Night Raw. Crown chants yes, Daniel Bryan style. And Vince says Shane needs to win a match against an opponent of Vince's choosing in order to get what he wants. Well, Shane accepts. Vince says something that gets censored on the USA Network, as he was effing, messing with me or something like that. Don't F with me in regards to that. What have you. And then talked about something about beatings. Then Vince revealed that at WrestleMania 32, Shane will have to wrestle against Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match. Welcome back, Shane O'Mac. And I do have this video when they went to commercial. This was posted on the WWE Network and also on the YouTube account. Shane McMahon's speech that he thanked the fans for. Lasts about 45 to 46 seconds. Next up, we got Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day. About halfway through the match, Neville hits a very nicely done 450 splash on Big E from the apron to the outside on the floor at ringside. And then Kofi Kingston hits the Trouble in Paradise and Sin Cara for the pinfall win. Backstage, Roman Reigns says there's no update on Dean Ambrose as the beat down that would happen. That Brock Lesnar put him running and giving him an F5 through a limousine front window shield. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman were out to the ring next. Him and Brock Lesnar laid out Dean Ambrose in the parking lot to injure him and take him out of WrestleMania as revenge for taking Lesnar out of WrestleMania 32 main event. Heyman hits his music and breaks it. They give him a new one. Heyman says Lesnar needs a new WrestleMania opponent right away. While Lesnar and Heyman are still in the ring, Dean Ambrose drives an ambulance, the yellow ambulance, back up beside the rampway, and he gets out of the ambulance, falls down, and crawls beside the stage. He stumbles out of the ambulance in a neck brace. He's crawling around the stage, selling his beating from earlier. Lesnar hops out of the ring to meet him at ringside. He steps on Ambrose's head as he walks over him and heads to the back, leaving Ambrose laying at ringside. Well, as Brock Lesnar's heading to the back, Ambrose gets on the mic, still laying on the ground. He tells Lesnar to kiss his ass and says he's indestructible and wants a match with him at WrestleMania in a street fight. Lesnar walks down to ringside and gives Ambrose another F5 on the floor. And then Paul Heyman says he gladly accepts. Usos versus the Ascension was up next, but before the match, the Dudleys came out and cut a promo on the Usos. Ascension jumped the Usos from behind to start the match. Usos come back with a super kick, and Jay hits a splash off the top for the 3 count. After the match, Dudley's mouth off to the Usos, but ended up backing off up the ramp. Jericho is out to the ring to welcome people to Raw is Jericho. He invites AJ Styles to the ring because he wants to say something to his face. Jericho congratulates AJ on proving he has what it takes to be in the WWE. They shake hands. Then the social outcasts come out as they were about to say something else or do the hugging moment. The outcasts cut a promo on Jericho and AJ and even give them a team name. It's Y2AJ is their name, a team name. As they're walking down to the ring, Jericho asks the crowd if they want to see him and AJ Styles as a team. Of course, the crowd cheers, so Jericho says their first match as a team will be against members of the Outcasts. So we get AJ Styles and Chris Jericho versus Curtis Axel and Heath Slater. Jericho and Styles hit lots of their signature moves. Axel avoids the lion salt, but falls victim to the walls of Jericho. While Axel is tapping, AJ lays out the rest of the Outcasts with a suicide dive to the outside. Backstage, Triple H and Stephanie discuss Shane's return. Stephanie then tracks down Reigns as Triple H tells her to go tell him something. And that he has a match tonight. Well, next segment was Goldust brings a cake to R-Truth to apologize for his messing up his match at Fastlane. R-Truth rejects him and his cake. R-Truth smashes the cake in Goldust's face and then leaves. Ryback and Big Show and Kane versus Harper, Rowan, and Bray Wyatt. Ryback gets the big Goldberg chant while beating up Harper in the corner. He also gets what sounds like a Gilbert chant. As Kane chokeslams Rowan, Ryback leaves and walks to the back, leaving it a handicap match. Bray tags in and hits his sister Abigail for the win. So the Wyatt family wins that match. Next match, we got Sasha Banks versus Naomi. As Tamina starts getting involved from the outside, and Becky comes out for the saves. Sasha taps out. Naomi taps Naomi out with a bank statement. Charlotte and Ric Flair come out to the stage and cut a promo on Sasha and Naomi. She says Becky and Sasha will have to wrestle each other to find out who gets a shot at her Divas title at WrestleMania. Well, that match is going to be next week. Backstage, Stephanie wonders what it is that Shane is holding over Vince. She says she refuses to work for her brother. Vince says the odds of him defeating The Undertaker are astronomical. So, the match that Triple H was telling him, he's going to face Sheamus. Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. The other League of Nations members were at ringside momentarily. Sheamus beats down Reigns early on, and Reigns comes back with a clothesline to the outside. He hits a flying clothesline on Sheamus off the steps at ringside. Rusev then kicks Reigns in the head. Referees The referee misses seeing it, so they're fighting back inside the ring when Triple H music hits and the game comes out to the ring. Reigns meets him at ringside and they brawl. Crowd seems to be booing Reigns and cheering Triple H. Reigns closed on Triple H into the timekeeper's area, but the crowd was telling the League of Nations, na 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 na, hey hey, goodbye. So they were thrown out. Well, Triple H hits him with a bell. Crowd seems to be cheering for Triple H and booing Reigns again. Triple H smashes Reigns in the face into the table, the announcer's table repeatedly, and it looks like he's bleeding from his nose. Triple H holds Reigns' face up in front of the camera and pummels him a few times, punches him where there's supposedly blood. The referee's breaking it up. So apparently it was a no contest. Triple H shoves the referees away and gives Reigns a pedigree onto the steel steps at ringside. Triple H then tells Reigns to suck it after mocking a Shield sign or what have you, and holds up the WWE World Heavyweight Championship title for the crowd. And that concludes the Raw report. But WWE issued a breaking news alert this afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, announcing that Roman Reigns underwent surgery earlier today in Tampa, Florida, to repair a shattered nose. But there's a video going around circulating that Roman did not actually get injured. There is a video showing that he actually took a blood capsule from Byron Saxton at the announcer's table and went into hiding it, popping the capsule on his nose and rubbing it on his face while Triple H picks him up and pummels him. So apparently Reigns was injured, according to the WWE website, at the hands of World Heavyweight Champion Triple H in the closing segment of the show, as he tweeted Tuesday morning with a pic that I'll show you behind there, as he posted his own first post-surgery pic. Countdown to the ass whooping of Triple H's life starts now. Hashtag gunning for the king. Hashtag Roman Empire. No time frame has been given for now or how long Reigns will be out of action. At this time, we do not have confirmation if Reigns actually did have surgery on his nose or something else, or is it strictly a storyline. But you can see in the video that I'll post here as it's on Facebook, what have you, if it's not pulled by WWE. Show ending segment before it went off the air for the taping on WWE saw Triple H deliver a vicious beatdown to his WrestleMania opponent Roman Reigns. At one point, Triple H slammed Reigns' head into the announcer table nearly 24 times, leaving Reigns a bloody mess. Go to this video. Footage from ringside has been posted online, clearly showing Byron Saxton handing Reigns something to create the effect of the blood. Not a blade job. Based on the footage and the blood patterns we saw on Raw, it appears to be a blood capsule that Saxton slipped to him. There's the footage courtesy of Facebook user James Wood. Not the actor, but James Wood. Thanks again. Peace out. See you want to be. If you don't know, call me, brothers and sisters.